I've had coronavirus for about 2 months now. It's actually day 64 today. I just talked on the phone for half an hour, and this is the result. I'm quite breathless from talking and feel quite dizzy and lightheaded.
Mirabai Nicholson-McKellar tested positive for COVID-19 soon after returning from Germany.
One of the most challenging things about this illness, apart from its kind of severity and length, is that there's so much that we don't know about it. And so it's a really vulnerable place to be.
After 6 weeks in isolation at home, she thought she'd finally turned the corner, with no symptoms for 3 days. New South Wales Health gave her the all-clear to leave isolation. But within days, she relapsed and ended up in hospital. She returned a second positive test.
I had steadily increasing chest pain and pressure, and I thought I was over it. You know, I thought I was recovering, and it was really disheartening to kind of end up back there and quite scary. It just feels like it's been this crazy roller coaster. I take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. I'm kind of nervous now. Every time I feel a little bit better, I kind of get nervous, like, oh no, when's it going to crash?
Hi, I'm Alex, and I've been diagnosed with coronavirus.
7:30 first met 24-year-old Alex Lewis in March as she was recovering in isolation from COVID-19.
I had a bit of a cough. It was a very mild, dry cough. And then I woke up the next morning with a full-blown flu. I had a headache, fever, chills, body ache, exhaustion, that kind of thing.
It's been about 2 months now and I'm still feeling the effects of the virus. I'm struggling to breathe and my fatigue, it still comes and goes a little bit.
With her symptoms continuing, Alex is taking part in a study examining the long-term impact of COVID-19.
Exercising has been a little bit harder. Afterwards, I don't feel like I'm recovering nearly as quickly. It takes me, I reckon, double the amount of time to recover.
Recent analysis by New South Wales Health of almost 3,000 COVID-19 patients found that 50% recovered after 16 days, 75% were recovered by day 23 and 95% recovered after 6 weeks.
We're interested even in the milder cases whether there are ongoing effects on people's health. And some components of that are whether there's what we call a post-viral fatigue syndrome, whether there may be effects on people's exercise tolerance, for example.
Alex and up to 150 other COVID-19 patients will be monitored for the next 12 months at Sydney's St Vincent's Hospital. Professor Greg DORE is key investigator.
So let us know if you've got any concerns or questions.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Perfect.
We don't know for sure whether it can trigger chronic fatigue syndrome, but that is an element of the longitudinal aspect of the study. We want to look at people's scores in terms of their fatigue scores, their quality of life scores, both physical and mental quality of life.
It's the worst illness I've ever had. Yeah, I've had dengue, I've had malaria, I've had CMV infection. I've never been as ill as this. It's been really frightening because it is so unpredictable. Day 6 of the illness, where I went to bed and felt so unwell, I actually thought I was dying.
Professor Paul Garner is an expert on infectious diseases, but nothing prepared him for the roller coaster of COVID-19. He's been sick for 59 days.
What's happening now is this absolute terrible exhaustion. I have sympathy for people with chronic fatigue syndrome now for the symptoms that they have. And I believe this disease sort of fast tracks you into experiencing these symptoms. I don't know how long they're going to go on for now. I really don't.
With so much unknown and people and doctors and the health profession kind of just not being able to answer these questions of when will I recover? When am I going to stop being contagious?
Back in Byron Bay with doctors unable to answer her questions, Mirabai Nicholson-McKellar went online.
I discovered an online support group from a young woman who got COVID in New York.
My name is Fiona Lowenstein. I'm 26 years old, and it's been about 2 months since I tested positive for coronavirus.
Fiona Lowenstein has been contacted by thousands of COVID-19 patients experiencing similar symptoms to hers.
This intense feeling of fatigue, it almost feels like I've been hit by a truck at 4 p.m. each day. And so it became clear to me that there needed to be some sort of space or community for people suffering from this virus where we could connect to one another.
You just pray every day that it'll go away, that you'll feel better.
So I just got off the phone to the hospital, and really, unfortunately, I'm still testing positive.
New South Wales Health told 7:30 that if a patient tests positive 60 days after being diagnosed, it's possible they are still infectious. In those cases, it's recommended they remain in isolation.
Today's day 66, and it just means that there's no end in sight. I'm still in isolation. Just really just want it to end. It's really such a struggle.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.